Arteta's update on Merino and Timber. Mikel Arteta has issued an update on the fitness of our first-team squad ahead of Sunday's London derby against Westham United. The boss began by confirming that everyone who was involved in Tuesday's historic victory over Atletico Madrid in the Champions League semi-final would be available once again at the London Stadium. But while we'll have the majority of our squad to choose from, both Mikel Merino and Jurrien Timber will remain sidelined. No chance for the weekend, Mikel said on the pair. There's still a fair bit to do in their recoveries. Everything has to be so smooth and quick, if they want to have a chance to play any minutes this season. While Merino's injury was expected to leave the Spaniard out for an extended period of time, the boss admitted that it's been difficult for Timber, who hadn't initially expected to miss as much time as he has. That's been probably the most difficult thing to manage with the player, with myself as well. We didn't expect it to take so long, and at the moment, he's not fit to play. While we won't have the luxury of selecting either Merino or Timber for Sunday's game, we will once again have Bukayosaka and Ben White available. The combination between the two England players on our right-hand side has been clear to see since Saka's return to the side last month, and Mikel is enjoying their chemistry as much as our supporters. When you talk about the right units, I think the amount of minutes that they've played this season has been extremely low for different circumstances. It's great that they have a really good connection, a really good understanding. They have played many years together, and you can sense that and notice that in a really positive way. Saka and White are two of several players who have returned after lengthy injury spells, and the boss is delighted to have most of his first-team squad available at the business end of the season. Very important, it's great to see, the boss said on the number of returning players, to witness the quality that we had on the bench the other night against Atletico. If you compare that to a year ago, that's a very different picture. We have managed in the last week or so as well to have some players fresher, and you could sense that as well. And as I said from the beginning, that's the most important thing. If we have that, we have a bigger chance to achieve the goal. Fresh from securing a Champions League final berth, Mikel Arteta confirmed a clean bill of health, but ruled out key stars as the title race intensifies. Mikel Arteta has confirmed Arsenal have no fresh injury concerns after their Champions League win over Atletico Madrid. But Jurrien Timber and Mikel Merino will miss Sunday's Premier League clash with Westham. Arsenal booked their place in the Champions League final with a 1-0 win over Atletico on Tuesday night, securing a 2-1 aggregate victory. The result was one of the biggest of Arteta's time in charge, but the manager has confirmed his squad came through the game without any new fitness issues. Asked whether Arsenal had picked up any fresh injury concerns after the semi-final, Arteta said, "No, everybody finished the game well, and nothing to add I think." That is a positive update for Arsenal, as they return to Premier League action. With the Champions League final now secured, the full focus shifts back to the title race, and Arteta will need as many options available as possible during the final stretch of the domestic season. Timber and Merino, however, will not be available against West Ham. Asked whether either player had a chance of returning this weekend, Arteta was clear. No chance for the weekend, he said. Mikel Arteta has revealed Arsenal have no fresh injury concerns ahead of Sunday's Premier League trip across London to West Ham. The Spaniard is still riding the high of Tuesday night, when the Gunners seal their spots in the Champions League final on May 30th, when they will face PSG in Budapest. When quizzed on whether Arsenal picked up any new injuries following their hard-fought midweek win over Atletico Madrid, Arteta said, "No fresh concerns, nothing to add." Timber has not missed 8 weeks with a groin injury, while Merino has been pictured running on the grass as he steps up his recovery from foot surgery. When asked if they will play again this season, Arteta said, "I don't know, there is still a fair bit to do. Everything needs to be so smooth and quick. Arteta makes no secret of the fact Timber's rehabilitation has been a strenuous process. Initially, it was hoped he could return against Southampton in the FA Cup, but things have not gone to plan. He added when asked if there have been setbacks along the way, yes, and that has probably been the most difficult thing to manage, with the player, with myself as well. We didn't expect it to take so long, and he's not fit to play. Just 3 matches stand between Arsenal and ending their 22-year wait for Premier League title glory. After facing West Ham, they have an 8-day rest before hosting relegated Burnley at the Emirates in their final home game of the season. They then head to South East London to face Crystal Palace on the final day, and Oliver Glasner has indicated he could rotate his Eagles side for that fixture ahead of the Conference League final in Leipzig. Palace play Rayo Vallecano just 3 days later, so there is a chance Glasner will field his fringe players to avoid any risk of picking up injuries.